Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you for tuning in for another round of metal detecting. It's only me again, and today I'm out with the one and only Mr. Tweed, i.e. Sam, and we are back on a permission that we've been on to before in one of these videos. So you may notice this one from the old settlement site, and in that video I had a really interesting Napoleonic coin which had a wonderful story to tell, and I luckily managed to speak to the landowner this morning, a lovely lady, about the story. And she was just super excited. I'm almost excited as us to hear the story of this coin. And I'm going to share that story with you, but probably not on this video, so stay tuned. But we are back on this permission today. We didn't do all of it. We've got quite a few fields left to do, including the rest of this old barn field. So we've got this side over here to do, and we've got another field over the other side with an old well in it as well. So we're hoping we're going to get some more good stuff today, guys. It's now July. It's British summertime, the grass is short, the sun is shining, the sheep are barring, and the goose look like they want to beat us up. But hey, we're here to do some metal detecting. Thanks very much for watching as always. Stay tuned, hit subscribe if you want to see some more videos from me, and obviously hit the like button if you enjoy the video as well. See you on the first hole. Okay, so I've just had my very first target of the day here, guys, and weirdly it's not too far away from where I found that Napoleonic coin, very close to the barn. I'm pretty sure I did this whole area, but there you go. It just goes to show that you can obviously miss some stuff, because I've got a little coin here. Now this coin looks actually like I don't know, it's obviously 1800s, something like that. Not much detail left on it, unfortunately, but oh wow, it's not actually a coin at all, it's a button. Just spotted the shank on the back there. Oh, what a shame, it's absolutely wrecked, but no, it's just a button. Ah well, that's not too bad, and as I said, I obviously did think I went over this patch several times, but I completely missed this little button, so what else are we going to find? Okay, so my very second target underneath this tree looks like we've got a coin ball or something like that, so that's pretty cool. Let's crack it open and see what we've got. Well, there we go, guys, straight away we've got the coin ball, and that looks to me like an old threepence, an old 3p piece. And it says 1941. Oh, there we go. I don't find too many of these old threepences, to be fair, so it was quite nice to get that. But a 1941 threepence underneath the tree. Second target. let's keep going, see what else comes out. So this find actually just looks like a little washer. Nothing too old at all. It was quite an iffy signal, to be fair, but it was definitely worth a dig. But it's just a washer. Ah well, let's move on. See if we can get something good. How exciting, guys. So I've made my way up onto this really slopey bit of the field. Had a really nice target, and it looks like I've got a silver coin. Let's take a look. Okay guys, so here it is. This is what I saw poking out of the ground, and it looks like a lovely little sixpence, possibly George V on that side as well. So, oh, just dropped it. There we go. Yeah, look at that. It's a 19, let's have a look here. Yeah, so it's a 1944 sixpence with George V on the back there. So that will be part silver, part Krupp nickel, but it still gave it an absolutely lovely little signal, little sound. So I'm quite chuffed I found that. But there we go guys, that's the first silver coin of the day. Not been here for very long, so let's keep going, see if any more goodies come out. So I've just had another little coin down here guys. It's a Britannia coin. You can just make out Britannia on the front. It's a very old worn coin. But just on the very bottom I can see a date which I think says 1709. So that's George III, I believe, which is a nice little coin. Nice bit of detail still left on it, although it's obviously not very, you know, the condition's obviously not a collectible or gradable condition. But yeah, it's still a really nice little coin. And it certainly dates some of the barns and the old settlements and structures around here. So that's not too bad. Another coin. Let's carry on. Hopefully some more good stuff comes out. So I've just had a really strange little object down here. This was really deep, super deep. Probably about as deep as this pinpointer. Put it all the way to the bottom, just disappears, and it was literally right at the bottom. And it's this sort of copper alloy, bronzy type item. And it's gone very green. It's threaded on the inside, which actually probably means that it's not too old. But it's got this sort of arrow opening on the top. And it's also got this adjustable screw here. So it's likely this is probably 50 or 60 years old, but absolutely no idea what this would have been used for. I think the arrow on the top is going to be a good pointer as to what this might have been used for. And if anyone watching this video can help me out with what they think that this might be, then I would be really appreciative, because I'm always really intrigued by little items like this. Could have had so many uses, but the little arrow is got to be a giveaway, isn't it? Okay, so I've just had another really interesting little coin on this slope. Not much detail on it, unfortunately, but it does look super old. And what I have actually been able to make out is two eyes. Not like eyes as in these eyes, but Roman numeral type eyes, which is most probably a George II coin. So again, very early Georgian coin. But pretty wrecked, this one, unfortunately. Not going to get too much detail off it, but it's another coin, and I think Sam said a moment ago he found part of a really old buckle fragment as well. So yeah, there's obviously some pretty cool occupation around here. Okay guys, we're just running over to see Sam because he's shouted hammered. What have you got, mate?
I've got a little hammered.
Oh,
I tried to leave it in the mud, but the mud fell off. But
let's have a look. Let's have a look.
There we go. Let's see what we got here. I'm thinking it's probably a Lizzie, judging by the shield on the front.
That does look like a little Tudor hammered, doesn't it?
Which is amazing because and I just shouted down to you just up here. I just found a fragment of a Tudor buckle.
Yeah.
So there must be that activity in the area. Yeah, and
totally.
that was about 6 inches down, a 66. Solid 66 on the desk too.
That's beautiful. So that's not a threepence. That's half of that, isn't it? So
1.5.
Is it a penny? That's a penny. I think that's a Lizzie, the first penny.
You can get 3, I don't know, like 3 halfpennies, like a coin that's 3 halfpennies, can't you? I think they're even smaller than those though. Those coins, yeah. Hammered in the hole, excellent. I'm happy with that.
That's really good, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that there's stuff that old here because.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at your buckle as well.
Oh yeah.
If you're finding like old buckles and Tudor coins, then potentially there's going to be some really, really good stuff here, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting anything older than sort of 1700s because this has obviously never, ever been ploughed.
Wow.
So yeah, only a fragment, but that's definitely Tudor, isn't it? Sort of late 15 to 16. Well,
that's 1500s.
1500s. Yeah.
Spectacle buckle. 1500s, without a doubt. Yeah.
And it's all fairly deep.
It's a shame the other half's broken, but that's telling you that they're here, mate.
They awesome. They are. And
yeah. That's what we came looking for.
Yes. Yeah. It is. As I said, I didn't expect to find anything that old. I thought it would be Georgian in here, but yeah, I'm chuffed to bits with that.
Really nice, mate.
A little in to add to the collection.
Okay guys, so I've just had another little target on the slopey bit of the field, just after Sam's wicked little hammered, and this thing has just popped out. It looked really interesting, to be fair. It's one of those discs, isn't it, again, with the square bit through it, so what's it, a bit of machinery, something like that? Let's have a look. It's got lots of mud, lots of crud all over it. But yeah, I don't know about that. Possibly like an early bit of furniture, maybe something like that. Possibly even like a bit of machinery, maybe. Well, there you go. There's that one. It's no silver hammered or anything like that, but I'll still take it. Absolutely cracking signal. Okay, guys. So just had a really interesting little find here. Now, it's certainly a few hundred years old, and there's possibly 2 things that this could be. The first thing I'm thinking, it's possibly a key guard of some type. So it was the sort of swing hinge that went over the bit that you put the key into a lock. But I'm also thinking this could possibly be some sort of early horse tack or something like that. So it could be a horse pendant or a horse hanger. And yeah. It's really cool. It's certainly around the sort of age that we're getting here. So Tudor into the 1600s. Really, really, well kept, this one. It's going to come up really nicely once we've cleaned it as well. But I've seen these before. I just can't remember where I've seen them and what they are at the moment. So hopefully on the video I can give you a little bit more information about them. And interestingly, in the same hole, I also got part of a clay pipe stem as well. Well, it's actually part of the bowl. And it's very rare that you find the bowls obviously intact, but that popped out of the sort of bit that was underneath the plug. So I was really chuffed to find that. So I was kind of hoping that I was going to get something good out of this hole, and yeah, I did. So yeah, whatever that is, really chuffed with that. Hopefully it's a bit of horse tack or something like that, but that's pretty cool, isn't it? Awesome. a really super old piece of lead, this one, guys, and super deep too. It's a very faint signal, as you could probably hear, but it's just lead. Very old, very white, very oxidized, actually crumbling as well, so it's been in the ground for a few hundred years, this piece of lead. Oh well, onwards and upwards. Okay guys, so it's now the afternoon. Me and Sam have had some lunch and we've moved into the second field for today. The second field is quite an interesting little field actually, because it's got a little well in the field, and the lovely landowner told us earlier that that well actually used to supply a majority of the village. So we're hoping it's going to be quite an old well, and we're hoping there's going to be some good stuff in this field, so stay tuned. Hopefully this afternoon we are going to get some more good stuff. Okay, so we've been in this new field for about 10 minutes or so, and I've had a lot of coins. Problem is, they've all been relatively modern coins. I've had 2 1-pennies, I've had a relatively modern 20 pence, and I've just had a halfpenny, which is about 1985, I think. It's one of the smaller George V halfpennies. I wouldn't be George V, of course it would be Queen Elizabeth. But yep, lots of modern coins so far in this field, so it's possibly an old campground or something like that, but we're going to persist, see what else comes out. We've got the other end of the field, which is a little bit more slopier, so hopefully people haven't camped on there. So stay tuned guys, hopefully something good comes out. Okay, so we've got more modern coins, unfortunately guys. I'm slowly making my way to the other end of the field, but there's targets everywhere. It's almost like somebody's got a money box and just thrown it all over the ground, because yeah, there's lots and lots of relatively modern coins here. It's not a bad thing. I mean, money's money, but we'd have to dig a lot of holes to make anything from it. It's certainly not going to buy us a pint of beer, that's for sure. But oh well, let's crack on. Make our way down to the other end. Hopefully we get to a bit where nobody's been. Okay, so here's the old well, and we're actually sat on top of it now. Some of the brickwork here, it's pretty old. I would say this is easily a Victorian or Georgian well in the middle of this field. And as I said to you earlier, the lady that owns this land said that this was the well that most of the village around here used to draw their fresh water on for many, many years. So there's got to be a fair bit of history here, for sure. And obviously some of the ironwork that goes on top of here is very early, and there has to have been people coming in here. There has to have been a path in here. It would have been quite a central point at one stage, with a lot of people coming to get their fresh water supplies as well. So I'm going to have a little go around the well, maybe down towards the bottom as well, and hopefully guys we get some good stuff. So I think I've just found the biggest button I've ever found metal detecting. It's either a button or it's quite a crude belt buckle or strap buckle, something like that. But it's absolutely massive, huge chunk of copper. And as you can see, no decoration on it at all. However, this would have been very shiny when it was new. And now of course it's just reduced to a bit of a deteriorated mess. A does have some of the leather strap actually on the back side here underneath the hinge. And yeah, that's probably an early 20th century sort of strap buckle. So this is quite an unusual little find actually, guys. Not 100% sure what it is, but certainly looks quite interesting. It's almost got a sort of coiled appearance around the outside of this one. And obviously it's copper alloy. Can't see any threading on it or anything like that. But it's possibly the lid off of something. Maybe an old perfume bottle or something like that. But yeah, I'll give it a bit of a clean up and see if I can get anything else from it. Other than that, a nice little copper alloy thing. So I've actually just found the handle to quite an old penknife here. Doesn't look particularly old, maybe sort of late 1800s, early 20th century. It's all metal design, so there's no bone or anything like that on it. But yeah, it's an old penknife. It's the type that used to fold into the handle as well. Pretty cool. I don't think the blade's still in there, although I will have a quick look. But there we are, a penknife. Really cool. Just had a little musket ball in this hole. This is a really old musket ball as well, so this has got to be one of the earlier ones. It's absolutely huge. It's gone all white because it's made of lead and it's been in the ground and it's oxidized. And it was pretty deep in this field, so that's the first musket ball I found today. But that's a really good sign, because it does mean that there's people around here 200-300 years ago firing weapons and hopefully dropping some goodies. But there we are, first musket ball of the day. Okay, so it's that time of day. It's getting towards the end of the day, and we're just gonna have a look and see what Sam's got. Anything good, mate? It's
been quite a exciting little day. So obviously there's the little hammer you saw earlier.
Oh yeah.
There's the Tudor buckle fragment. There's the possibly a child's buckle, maybe Georgian period.
Yeah, like a very small shoe buckle, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Looks like it's made out of pewter, that one actually. Yeah,
it's quite heavy for its size. So yeah, it's yeah, that would make sense actually.
That's quite nice.
There's a love token. Poor man's love token, obviously made out of a halfpenny or whatnot, because they couldn't afford a sixpence, which, you know, is fair enough.
Had a lot better things to be spending silver coins on, I suppose.
Yeah. A 1 cent piece from the Netherlands, which is strange, it's all the way out here.
Oh yeah. How cool.
And this, which says 1766, I believe. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it's very, very thin. Could potentially be a Jetson, or as you said, like a gaming token or something.
Yeah, it's got a V in the middle of it as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a V in the middle of it. So
it's very thin. It's got a date on it. So chances are, yeah, it could be a Jetson or a token, something like that. Yeah,
so that's pretty cool. And then, not forgetting, last but not least, a lovely bullhead.
Silver shilling.
Is it a shilling? I can never tell if it's a sixpence or a shilling.
Actually, it could be a sixpence, couldn't it? No, it's too big for a sixpence. It's got to be a shilling.
Yeah, 1816. So
lovely.
That's I'm really happy with that, because in 10 years detecting, I've only found one, and that was in my first year. So the last 9 and a bit years, I've been wanting to find another one, and I know it's something a lot of people find regularly.
Yeah.
So it's not a particularly rare coin, but it's been very elusive to me, so I'm happy with that.
They're always good quality silver, those bullheads as well. Yeah. Really good quality silver. And you can tell, I mean, it's the portrait there is really nice. And what's the other side like? Yeah, so there you go. Look,
I think you'll wash up quite well.
Give that a little bit of a clean and polish up, and it'll probably look as good as new.
Yeah.
And it's 1816.
1816, yeah. So
very nice, mate.
Yeah.
That's
I'm happy.
That's a nice little haul for today, isn't it?
Yeah, these fields have been they've been quite deep, so I didn't expect to find anything old like the Tudor coin and the Tudor buckle.
Yeah.
But yeah, this field, it's thrown up all sorts. You know, you don't know what the target's going to be. You know, it's everything and anything.
Buckles, coins.
Yeah.
Modern coins, old coins, just random stuff with everything.
And it's really quite exciting, isn't it? Not knowing what the next signal's going to be.
Oh, okay guys, so we're at the end of another fantastic day's metal detecting. It's about 6 o'clock now, sun's still shining. It's been a really glorious day, to be fair, today. And yeah, we've had some pretty good finds. Sam's had some really nice silver coins, and I've had a couple of nice little interesting bits, and we're both really glad that we decided to come back to this permission today. We think there's going to be even more in here. There's some more fields further down here with a very old track in. And yeah, all the grass is nice and short, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty promising permission for the future as well. So that's it, we're going to wrap it up now. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing the finds. Again, if you do enjoy the videos, please hit subscribe, and of course if you want us to come back to this permission and you want to see more of what we can get out of these fields, hit a thumbs up as well. So that leaves me to say thanks very much for watching my videos as always, and I'll see you on the next time out.